Come on, Filippo, come on, out of this house.
He's such a fast pace, I can't keep up.
Daughter-in-law, I'll find my way out, please. I have no need for these amenities.
We merely showed you where we are. But mother, why are you so quick to go?
I can't abide the going on in there. Then no one in this household seems to care. Yes, my child, I'm leaving you unedified. My advice ignored, if not defied.
Yeah.
You're a maid, like many of your kind, too saucy and too quick to speak your mind, and nobody asked you, but you will be heard.
But
Here's what you are, boy, in one word. A fool. I'm your grandmother. I know. 100 times I've told your father so, that you were getting wilder every day, and that you'd bring him nothing but dismay.
I think
His sister now, a startled fawn, too sweet to understand what's going on. Still waters may run deep, they're rarely pure. You can't fool me by acting so demure. Daughter-in-law, let me say, you're doing everything in a bad way. Set an example for them to revere, as their late mother always did, poor dear. You spend too much, I'm distressed to see you dress the way a princess ought to be. If it is your husband you seek to please, you don't need all these fineries.
But Madam, may I?
As her brother, sir, I love and respect you, but if I were my son, her husband, I'd make it clear that I preferred you anywhere but here. You preach a way of life to everyone that decent people really ought to shun.
Monsieur Tartuffe is virtuous, no doubt.
He is a good man. You should hear him out. I'm irritated through and through to hear him criticize my fools like this.
What would you have me sit back overawed, but that despise and odious fraud, and make have no fuss experiment unless the German designs
he loves to preach epics of God, that anything you do becomes a crime. He frowns on everything and runs it down.
And everything he frowns on earns his frown. He leads the way to heaven, and my son should make you love him, each and every one.
Not even father ever could compel me grandmother to wish that fellow well. I can't speak otherwise than be sincere. I can't abide the things I see here.
I think it's a scandal, a real disgrace, to see this stranger seize the master's place. When he came here for shoes, he hadn't any, and all his clothes were hardly worth a penny. And now this beggar's acting like a king, wanting to be obeyed in everything?
Things would go better here, if you ask me, if you were grounded by his piety.
You will make him a saint, but I submit that he is nothing but a hypocrite.
What a tongue.
Him and Lauren, his minion, you can't trust the truth.
Tartuffe. Sin is the only thing that makes him burn, and heaven's interest is his sole concern.
I'll tell you what I think. Between us here, I think he's jealous of Madame Elmore.
Be still, and take some care of what you say. Others condemn these calls in the same way. The racket that assembled lackeys make, these things keep all their neighborhood awake. In all of this, there may be no real harm, but people talk.
No laughing matter. And in our fear that gossip might ensue, we had to forbid our dearest friends adieu. And even if we did this and stood by it, could we, do you think, keep the whole world quiet? To gossip seems to be a human need. Our best protection is to pay no heed. Let's live in innocence as best we may, and let the gossip mongers have their say.
Our neighbor Daphne and her little maid, are they the ones who are so quick to praise? Those whose behavior is most assigned are always more than ready to malign. Twisting it in whatever way they choose, they paint other men's deeds a darker tone, thinking thereby to justify their own, hoping to blur the contrast and present. Their own intrigues are as wholly innocent, or else to cast on someone else's name part of the burden of the public's blame.
All right, criticize Daphne all you want, but how about the virtuous Oron? She thinks of heaven alone and her devotion. I hear her makes her condemn all your commotion.
A fine example, quite without a peer. It's true that now her life is most austere. Her years have brought her purity, but still, she's virtuous against her will. As long as men were at her beck and call, she took advantage and enjoyed it all. Now her charms not being what they are, she wants to leave the world that's leaving her, and put on virtue as a proud disguise to hide her faded beauty from our eyes. And who will feel this worthy woman's sin, forgiving nothing, blaming everything? She rants against the morals of age, not out of charity, but of jealous rage.
No one else has a chance to talk in here, while Madame Chatterbox goes on all day, but all the same I mean to have my way. In taking in that pious man, my son, did much the wisest thing he's ever done. I tell you, he is truly heaven sent. In your dire need to make you all repent. For your salvation, listen to Tartuffe. Whatever he reproves deserves reproof. Here no one speaks of any pious matter. There's only Here no one speaks of any pious matter. There's only idle talk and songs and chatter. Besides, a poor sober person head goes round at such assemblies from all the sound. For everyone at once must have his say. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what I was doing. Okay. Laughing already, sir? Well, what's the joke? Go on, find your silly friends and laugh your fill. Farewell, Elmire, I have said. Come on, stop gaping at the moon, or else I'll slap some sense into you soon. Come on now.
Great, I won't see her to the door, for fear she may start on me once more. My, that old lady.
It's a shame that she can't hear you call her by that name. She'd surely tell you that you're quite a wit, and that she's not yet old enough for it.
What a fuss over nothing, what a blast, and what spell her dear Tartuffe has cast.
You think she's bad? Wait till you see her son, and you'll think he's the crazy one. During our civil wars, he showed us good sense, and served with courage in his king's defense. But since he's taken Tartuffe as his hero, his sanity has been reduced to a zero. He calls him brother, holds him far above mother, wife, son, or daughter. In his love, there's not a secret he will not confide to him as to his spiritual guide. In short, he dotes upon his Tartuffe, worships his goodness, quotes his word for proof, sees miracles of virtue in his ways, and oracles in every word he says. He says, Tartuffe, who knows his dupe and means to use him, is countless saintly poses to bemuse him, receives good sums thanks to his pious mass, and has the nerve to take us all to task. Even his servant, a presumptuous fool, treats us like little children in school. He deafens us with wild-eyed homiletics and confiscates our ribbons and cosmetics. Gasp! Finding a handkerchief a while ago inside a Fleur de Saints, he tore it so, saying it was a frightful crime to pair a holy object with a devil's snare.
Not stay for more, and hear the speech she gave us at the door. And here's my husband, I'll go and wait, and try to greet him in a proper state.
To save his time, I'll merely say hello to him down here, and then I'll have to go.
One thing you know, my sister wants to marry. Tartuffe seems anxious that her plans miscarry, and forces father to procrastinate. You know my interest in all this is great. Just as love blinds my sister in Valere, as you know, for sister, I have my share speak to.
Here he is.